Hello from San Antonio, this is SIREN Tarot. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. Your life in 2026. There are 4 options for this reading. This is option 1. Option 2. Option 3. And cuatro, option 4. As always, timestamps will be provided. Don't overthink it. Just take a deep breath and make your selection. If you chose the first crystal, here is your reading. Starting with my oldest tarot deck, Cat Black's Golden Tarot. The Star, La Estrella, beautiful start. The High Priestess, La Sacerdotisa. Knight of Swords, Caballo de Espadas. The Pocket, Wild Unknown. Ten of Wands, there's the Bastos. Justice, La Justicia. Son of Cups, Page of Cups, Soda de Copas. Ira. I am not a rune expert at all. My husband is a rune expert. He could write a book. He has a rune channel, Runecast. We've done numerous collaborations at 2 Cups Too Many Tarot, doing the runes and tarot. So I'll be consulting this. Awaz. Wunjo. That's joy. I know that's joy. And that's the year. That's similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Not sure about this one. He's taught me, but it's hard to retain all the information. It's a lot. I would say that the runes are the most difficult divination. A lot more difficult to access than tarot. Okay. Haven't used these in a long time. Fortune cookies. Sunshine. The sun is shining on you. Career and business growth. Fabulous communication and relationships. Health. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon. Love. Love is in the air. A great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. So justice is not an obvious marriage card. It's not blatant in the way 10 of Cups or 4 of Wands or 10 of Pentacles are. But there could be marriage for a few of you, maybe a lot of you, in 2026. Or a current connection deepening and intensifying in 2026. And for some of you, there will be a pregnancy. I'm pointing to the Knight of Swords as I say pregnancy, but I don't mean the Knight of Swords. I mean the Page of Cups. Yeah, there could be a pregnancy for some. But the overall thing that I'm getting from these cards, the overall energy that I'm getting, it's not really about a relationship or pregnancy or marriage. It's about you just being very firm and solid and stable in who you are. I see you being very strong, deliberate, purposeful, and intentional in your communication. You could be inspiring people with your communication. You could have a platform. You could have an audience. And if that is the case, if you do have a platform, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, I see you gaining traction in 2026. People are attracted to your delivery, your aesthetic, but more your delivery than anything. The way you communicate information. Okay. You're putting in the hard work, and it's definitely paying off in 2026. The focus here is not really on money, but I see you doing what you love. I see your soul being fed by whatever you're doing in 2026. And if you're doing that, if you're on the right path, if you're aligned with your North Node, well, the money will come. Okay. Now let's look at these runes. Yura, Awaz, Wunjo. Okay. Yeah, I've not used this in a while. Okay, the honeybee, 24. After much diligence, the honeybee finally reaps the sweetest harvest. They are connected and attuned to the slow, ever-moving cycles of nature and time. The bee needs to move through many steps and stages before their efforts in the wildflower fields bring the joyful harvest of honey. Hard work, that lines up. You will reap what you sow, but are you sowing the future you want? It also asks, is the timing right? This card, or this rune, indicates a total and happy completion with the promise that your reward is coming. Keywords: fruition, balance, abundance, cycles and rhythms, harmony. Awaz, the cat, 26. The bright-eyed little black kitten is wise beyond his years as he holds the wisdom of many lives. Wisdom, High Priestess, that's in sync. Like Tarot's Death card. Okay, Scorpio. Black cats are often erroneously viewed with fear, but this kitten knows the beauty of transformation. With every new life, he moves closer to enlightenment. Awaz has both a serious nature and the light, swift energy of renewal. This rune represents the mysteries of life and death. It speaks of things timeless, eternal, and immortal. It deals with our initiation into the mysteries of life, and it brings a message that there will be testing and transformation. It is a symbol of death and rebirth. Keywords: magic, liberation, rebirth, spiritual awakening, protection. And then Wunjo, which is about joy. Hummingbird, 16. The hummingbird is joyful as he dances in between the flowers. His happy energy and satisfaction and harmony with life brings his wishes into being. He dances his dance surrounded by the jewel-like flashes of his friends and family. Wunjo, with its ecstatic energy, is a most welcome rune in a reading. It has a certain bittersweetness as the final rune of the first ed, bringing the whisper of change or a shift, like the first rays of a sunset after a perfect day. When this delightful rune pops up, you can expect joy, fellowship, and harmony, a symbol of well-being. It brings love, prosperity, and fulfillment. The key words here are joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, prosperity. So yeah, you are assured prosperity in 2026. You're aligned with your North Node is what I'm getting. If you chose one, you could have Sun in Aquarius, Leo rising, Moon in Sagittarius. Of course, that is one possibility of many. The 9th house, Sagittarius, Neptune. Neptune in Gemini in the 9th house. You're going to have a lot of good ideas, and you're going to implement those ideas in 2026. And again, I see you being just pristine with your communication. You could be publishing a book. Let's see. 3 is Sagittarius, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 8 is Capricorn, 4 is Aquarius, 9 is Aries. So 3 is the dominant number, the most fortunate number, the most high vibration number, because 3 is Jupiter, Sagittarius. Scan. If there are any issues with your health in 2026, I see you beating the odds. Okay. I'm seeing Agatha, Agnes, Sagittarius, Cancer, Anita, Amelia, Annie, Amy, Nadia, CSA. Okay, we've got Canada, we've got California. I'm seeing Alaska, South Carolina. I see you being tough. I see you being resilient. And so, again, if you get a diagnosis or there's any kind of health scare in 2026, I see you overcoming it. I see you beating the odds. Nag Champa, the incense. Your spirituality makes you beautiful and strong. Whatever spiritual path you're on, you're going to lean into that heavily in 2026, and you're going to reap the rewards, is what I'm getting. Okay. I'm seeing Samantha. Okay, that's what I see for 1. I hope that helps. Check out my eBay. I did some listings yesterday. The link to my eBay is in the description box. I've got bracelets, I've got crystals, cards, art, various stuff. Thanks for watching. Peace out. And if you chose crystal number 2, here is your reading. Starting with my oldest deck, Cat Black's Golden Tarot. When I started this channel November 18th, 2018, I had this. I had Legend Arthurian. I had the Essential Tarot and a few playing card decks, and that was it. Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, Caballo de Oros, Hermit, El Ermitaño, the Fool, El Loco, the Pocket, Wild Unknown, oh, the Eight of Wands, Ocho de Bastos. Five of Wands, Cinco de Bastos. Chariot, El Carro. This is the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. Like I was saying for pile 1, I am by no means a rune expert. My husband is a rune expert. I've been telling him for years he should write a book. He has a rune channel, Runecast. We've done numerous collabs at my second tarot channel, 2 Cups Too Many Tarot. He does the runes, I do the tarot. So I will be consulting the book for these. Not these. I know that is about needs being met or not being met. I believe this is similar to the Five of Pentacles. Ansuz, not sure about Ansuz. He's tried to teach me the runes, but it's like I was saying for 1. In my opinion, the runes are the most difficult divination. Not as easy, not as accessible as tarot. Okay. Kinos, that's knowledge, that's obvious. Yeah. Might be similar to the High Priestess. Intuition, higher knowledge, but I'll look into it. Okay, so, oh, and the fortune cookies. Care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. Achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Major life change. Time is right for major life changes as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence. So you're taking a risk in 2026, and that risk is paying off. Okay, for some of you, maybe you've been stuck in a slow kind of lifestyle. Maybe you've been private, you've been stuck at home a lot. You're being pushed out into the arena in 2026. A fire is lit under your ass in 2026. You're taking a risk and it's paying off. It could be a major move. Moving to a new country, moving to a new continent, could be leaving a stagnant relationship. I feel like basically you've paid your karmic dues. You've done your time in the trenches. You've gone without. Your needs have not been met. And you're going after what you want in a big way in 2026. If it's a relationship, you could be saying, you know what? I've done my time with you. We've tried it every possible way we could try it. It's not going to work for us. No hard feelings, but it's time to throw in the proverbial towel. On to bigger and better. There could be someone you've just been spinning your wheels in the karmic mud with this person, and there's just no relief. And so you liberate yourself in 2026. Could be changing career paths. You could be going back to school to get an advanced degree or to learn a trade, something like that. I would encourage you, if you chose pile 2, to look at your progressed chart. So the natal chart, that's the chart that we're born with. So when I was born, the sun was in Aquarius. So my sun's in Aquarius, my moon's in Virgo, Virgo rising. In my progressed chart, my sun is in Aries. My moon recently moved from Cancer into Leo, and I've got Libra rising. So check out your progressed chart, because I feel like you could be experiencing something similar. You had a progressed feminine moon like Cancer, and it's moving into a masculine sign like Leo, and you're being pushed out into the arena. And there's going to be some stress. There's always stress with a transition, but you're a badass. You're going to pull this off. So if you chose to, you could have sun in Virgo, Aries rising, moon in Aquarius, just one possibility. Now let's look at these. Not these. The honey badger. There was that meme, or that, was it a meme? I don't know. That thing several years ago. Honey badger just don't give a fuck. 20. Okay. Is there any creature tougher or more tenacious, robust, and resilient than the honey badger? No matter what life throws at her, she uses it to learn, grow, and become even stronger. Whether she is battling a deadly snake or finding a way for her family to survive an arid environment, she casts aside frivolous wants and focuses on essential needs. The saying, necessity is the mother of invention, perfectly describes the energy of not these. It is the unimaginable pressure that creates diamonds. Not these tells you something you probably already know. Life can be hard. Yet it is often through your suffering and your labor that you truly learn the powerful stuff you are made of. You're made of bold and powerful magic. Have faith and persevere. The key words here are need, resistance, effort, delays, creative friction. On Suze. The Raven, 8. The highly intelligent raven is always alert, and like the god Odin's ravens, Hugin, Thought, and Munin, Memory, who are his eyes and ears out in the world, he is always collecting information. Flying high, he has clear sight over all. You can hear him calling out as he passes on messages of both good news and warning. On Suze is the rune of Odin, of the divine breath of all creation, and is also called the messenger rune. In a reading, it brings a message of divine inspiration, creation, formation, and transformation. It indicates the strong presence of your ancestors and ancestral line. On Suze represents the arrival of a revelation or insight. Language with all its uses and power is central to this rune. So the key words are communication, insight, divine inspiration, order, and true vision. And I'm hearing that song, Stevie Nicks, with solo or Fleetwood Mac. But so here I go again. I see the crystal visions. I keep my visions to myself. Dreams, Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. Kinos. Okay. The Barn Owl, 12. The acquisition of wisdom, knowledge, and insight has been the owl's forte since the beginning of time. I just added an owl to my altar. I was out in the garage and I found this ceramic owl I'd forgotten about, and so I put that on the altar. They have sharp eyes that can see in the dark what others need light to perceive. The companion of many goddesses across many cultures, the owl is a holder of their occult secrets. For the unaware creature, they are fearsome. See, like the high priestess. Kinos has the hot, bright energy of fire and the illuminating torch. It represents the search for truth and knowledge and a burning creative drive. In a reading, Kinos speaks of artistic and technical ability in honing your craft. Lighting your way through the dark, it encourages you to be a self-starter and to take initiative guided by curiosity and intelligence. Keywords: enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, learning. Okay. Changing up the dice. I've got dice for sale at my eBay. I listed them a lot. It's 4 regular dice and 4 of the Astro dice. My eBay. I've got all kinds of stuff in my eBay. The link's in the box. Okay, so yeah. We've got the North Node. North Node in Aquarius in the 7th house. I see you being bold in 2026. You know exactly what you want. You know how to get it. You're not listening to the detractors, the naysayers, the joy killers. You're going for your gold in 2026. 5, Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. 6, Venus, 11, 2. That's Cancer. Another 6. 6, Venus, 12, 3, Sagittarius. So 3 and 5, that is 8, Capricorn. You're putting in the hard work. You're taking the risk. And you're leveling up is what I see for pile 2. Going to the next level in 2026. Gas. Acceleration. Picking up speed. We have Sag, Sega, Cassie, Cassandra. Yeah, Cassandra, Cassie, Casey. I'm seeing the last name Acosta, Acosta. Ass. Your ass has never looked better. Good job on creating or cultivating a great ass. You're looking good. Your body's looking magnificent. 2026. Cagney and Lacey. It was a show in the 80s. Not having the best luck with names lately. Maybe you're an actress. Screen Actors Guild. Actress, actor. Okay, that's what I see for 2. Hope that helps. I said yesterday that I was going to do a guitar reading, but I ran out of steam. Maybe I'll be able to get it together and do a guitar reading after I upload this at 2 Cups Too Many Tarot. Thanks for watching. Peace out. What am I doing? I don't know. If you chose 3, here is your reading. Your life in 2026. Ooh, that's a hell of a start. 9 of Swords over the Espadas. 10 of Wands, there's the Bastos. The Devil, El Diablo. If you're grappling with an addiction right now as you watch this, you're going to have to work on this. You're going to have to work it out in 2026. Probably a lot of you who chose 3, in 2026, you're going to have a significant Saturn transit. So you could be having a Saturn return, or transiting Saturn could be on one of your angles, 4th house, 1st, 7th, 10th. Transiting Saturn could be on one of your luminaries or personal planets. I know when transiting Saturn was on my natal Mercury in Pisces, it was excruciating. It was like a Mercury retrograde that would not end. One of the worst Saturn transits in my life is when it was going through my 1st house, when my son was born in 2007. It was definitely not a cakewalk. So if you're grappling with something, if this resonates at all, if you're struggling now as you watch this in 2025, I would just encourage you to take care of yourself and face whatever needs to be faced, because that's the trick with Saturn: accountability and facing what needs to be faced. It's the energy of finally doing what you need to do, eating your peas and carrots, so to speak. It's a wake-up call from the universe, okay? Nine of Wands over the Bastos. 2 of Wands, dos de Bastos. Ace of Wands, as de Bastos. And some of you, you're just tired. There's something you've been going through, and it's like Groundhog Day. You know, you're living the same day over and over again, and you're just tired. You're just so ready for a change. You have to take the initiative is what I'm getting in 2026. If you take the initiative and you're present and you're accountable, you're going to get through this. Okay, now we have the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. I've not used this in a while. I'm not that familiar with the runes, so I will be consulting the book. My husband is the rune expert in the family. He has a rune channel, Runecast. We've done numerous collabs at my second tarot channel, 2 Cups Too Many Tarot. I've been telling him for years he's got to write a book because his knowledge is vast and it's deep. The runes are a hell of a lot more challenging than tarot. AWAS. I know that's about marriage. Perthrow. Not sure what Perthrow is about. Wunjo, joy. That came out in pile 1. I mean, intuitively looking at this, I mean, I'm going to look at the book, but I would say that this is about trust. Maybe trusting yourself, cultivating trust in yourself, being the authority of your life. Signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. Luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. Regarding the Nine of Swords, what I've said for years is the only way out of the Nine of Swords is through the Four of Swords. That is intense self-care. It's the energy work. It's walking away from Facebook, Instagram, doing a social media detox, getting out of the noise of your head, the noise of the media, the noise of other people, checking in with your higher self, breathing in, breathing out. I'm always making subliminals for my other channels, Sky Radio, Cult Yoga. Just uploaded a Delta Wave subliminal to Cult Yoga about an hour ago. Always doing affirmations. I go through about 3 manifestation journals a year. And I don't do social media. I mean, I have a Twitter, but it's very small. I had 4 followers yesterday. Now I have 3. So it's mostly for myself. And I'm just posting links there constantly. I'm posting links to various videos. Okay. Reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life. Yeah, I can see an intense transformation. And you being called into accountability in 2026. Okay, so what is it? AWAS. The horse, 38. The horse is a trusted helper and a stalwart companion on the longest journeys, working with humanity in a role of companionship and trust for millennia. The horse knows the power of a team and cooperation. AWAS, while a swift energy, uses no force. Its way is persuasion, suggestion, and invitations of friendship. The power of this rune lies in union and partnership. AWAS points to symbiotic relationships, to the joining of individual and harmonious beings. It encourages you to find flexibility and be adaptable to change. This is the time to go with your heart or intuition, not your head. That's the conscious mind. You want to get into alpha, the subconscious. That's where the power lies. 4 of Swords. So the key words are teamwork, trust, harmony, marriage, loyalty. For some, you could be getting married in 2026. Now, Perthrow. The snake, 28. The 2-headed snake. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, he's got 2 heads, doesn't he? He, she, they. The snake has 2 heads. The 2-headed snake with her third eye open is able to see all that is fated and has yet to manifest. Let me read that again and do it perfect. The two-headed snake, with her third eye open, is able to see all that is fated and has yet to manifest. Living between the known and unknown, she counts prophecy as her domain. Cosmic and primal laws unfold before her, and she moves between their patterns, playing out her unique journey with the choices she makes of her own free will. Perthro, like Awaz, is a deeply mystical rune and deals with the fundamental mysteries of the universe, such as the flow of individual and collective fate. The song I'm hearing is The Killing Moon by the church. No, Under the Milky Way is the church. The Killing Moon, Echo and the Bunnymen from Donnie Darko, the Donnie Darko soundtrack. It's got Under the Milky Way by the church, and it's got The Killing Moon, Echo and the Bunnymen. Fate, Up Against Your Will. Okay. It deals with the fundamental mysteries of the universe, such as the flow of individual and collective fate. The arrival of Perthro in a reading is a good omen, if an outcome is yet unknown. It represents individual choice interacting with fate. There is an underlying joyfulness to this rune. It is also a birthing rune connected to women's mysteries, which, given the inherent risk and initially unknown outcomes, is probably why it was also connected to gambling for the ancients. Keywords: good omen, fate, the unknown, initiation, the occult. Okay. And then Wunjo is about joy. Accessing the joy. Let's see. Hummingbird 16. Yeah, the hummingbird is joyful as he dances in between the flowers. His happy energy and satisfaction and harmony with life brings his wishes into being. He dances his dance, surrounded by the jewel-like flashes of his friends and family. With its ecstatic energy, this rune is most welcome in a reading. It has a certain bittersweetness as the final rune of the first et, bringing the whisper of change or a shift, like the first rays of a sunset after a perfect day. Recommended listening, Perfect Day, Lou Reed. When this delightful rune pops up, you can expect joy, fellowship, and harmony. A symbol of well-being, it brings love, prosperity, and fulfillment. Okay, so joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, and prosperity. But you're going to have to get your hands dirty and do the work is what I'm getting. If you chose 3, you could have Sun in Gemini, Libra rising, Moon in Capricorn. Of course, that is one possibility of many. Now, the astro die. Did I mention? I mentioned for 2 of the piles. We're on pile 3. I updated my eBay. I added some listings to my eBay yesterday. I put some die up. A lot of 4 astro die and 4 basic bitch die, these. And I've got bracelets, cards, crystals, etc. The link's in the box. Moon. Moon in Gemini in the 9th house, a double mutable moon. 9th house, of course, that's Sagittarius. I feel like you are in your head a lot if you chose 3. You communicate a lot. You communicate very effectively, but you may give yourself a lot of negative messages, and you need to stop that. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your worth. Stop saying negative things. Stop believing negative things about yourself. Six is Venus, 1 is Leo, 7 Sagittarius, 7 is Pisces, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 11 to Cancer, 6 Venus again. Oh, that's good. 12, 3 is the dominant number, making Jupiter Sagittarius the dominant energy. In some way, you're lucky. And you're going to be lucky in 2026. But it's like that guy says in 50 Shades of Grey, the harder I work, the luckier I am. Okay. Sugar. You know, I tried that sugar diet because I'm an idiot. It just seemed really good. You eat all the Sour Patch Kids you want. You drink soda, eat cotton candy, as long as it's 0 fat grams. So I started the sugar diet in May. And then I was high carb, low fat for months. And now after my recent chat with ChatGPT, I'm still kind of high carb, low fat, but I'm eating fat again. I mean, I'm eating eggs and whatever. Okay, sugar, seeing sucrose. Oh, we do have sucrose. Oh my God, sucrose. Maybe you're changing your diet in 2026. You're glowing up, you're losing a lot of weight. Got rose. Yeah, I keep getting Sagittarius, sage. You're probably on some kind of spiritual path. You light the sage. You pay attention to the phases of the moon. Meditate. Geraldine, Jerry. Cage, last name. Cage-free, brown eggs. Sarah. Yes, we have Sarah. Ariana. Ray. Seeing Elaine, Elizabeth, Lisa. Cruz, last name. Cruz. And I'm seeing Caruso. Caruso. That's what I see for 3. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose 4, Cuatro, here is your reading. Nine of Cups, beautiful, damn start. Look at the copas. Ooh, Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, Reina de Oros. The beautiful 6 of Cups, Ace de Copas. The Pocket, Wild Unknown. Death, Muerte. 5 of Cups, Cinco de Copas, High Priestess, La Sacerdotisa. So for a lot of you who chose 4, I see you having this romance of a lifetime in 2026. This is very intense. This is a soulmate kind of connection. I see you falling in love and staying there. This is likely someone you'll regard as the love of your life. It's going to be intense and beautiful. Falling in love. For some, falling in love for the first time. Yeah, it's going to be a spiritual connection. There's going to be mental telepathy. You could be manifesting this person right now. It could be someone you already know, and it could be deepening and intensifying in 2026. But I feel like most of you, you're probably manifesting this person. If you chose for, you could have Sun in Pisces, Capricorn rising, Moon in Scorpio, one possibility. Okay, it's like I said for the other piles, I'm not familiar with this. The Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle, so I'll be consulting a little guidebook here. No, you can't flip out. That was way too soon. Come on now. Wunjo. This is showing up for 3 of the piles. Joy. Wild joy. Degas. I forget how you pronounce it. My husband's the expert on runes. He's tried to teach me. Degas. Yeah. Degas. Hagalaz. We have this inside joke. It's not really a joke. It's not funny, but we've been going through Hagalaz for a few years now, since about 2022. And we're so ready to come out the other side. It's funny, our sun's a double Scorpio. Okay, and the fortune cookies. Manifestations. A bountiful time awaits you. Your wishes could manifest right before your eyes. Travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. Exciting experiences for singles and career advancement for others. So for some, it could be that you're meeting this person and it's long distance. It starts long distance. And in 2026, you're going to have to travel to meet each other in person. You could be getting on a plane going to Australia, for example. Okay. Difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. You know, that's something that we deal with down here on this planet. It's a 3D experience. Chaos surrounds us at all times. So I'm not getting a sense of foreboding at all for 4. I'm getting tremendous joy. I mean, my God, that's a strong top row. 9 of Cups, Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, the most stable of all the queens, and 6 of Cups. I see you having a rich emotional life in 2026. Okay, the runes. I've had to read this. I should have this memorized by now, this Wunjo, but it's about joy. Hummingbird 16. I'll have to tell my husband. He'll think that's interesting that Wunjo came up for 3 of the piles. Okay. The hummingbird is joyful as he dances in between the flowers. His happy energy and satisfaction and harmony with life brings his wishes into being. He dances his dance, surrounded by the jewel-like flashes of his friends and family. Wunjo, with its ecstatic energy, is a most welcome rune in a reading. It has a certain bittersweetness as the final rune of the first et, bringing the whisper of change or a shift like the first rays of a sunset after a perfect day. When this delightful rune pops up, you can expect joy, fellowship, and harmony. A symbol of well-being, it brings love, prosperity, and fulfillment. Keywords are joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, and prosperity. Kindred, soulmates. Okay. Degas. The butterfly. 46. Change is dynamic and dramatic. Who could imagine the stunning butterfly would spring from the little caterpillar? As the delicate butterfly unfurls their new wings, a new day dawns, and they are granted a new and higher awareness than they could have previously ever imagined. Below, their cocoon hangs in the place where before and after meet. Degas has a beautiful, brilliant, light-filled energy. It represents the awakening and clarity that daylight brings. When this rune appears, there is hope and happiness, bold change, and a new beginning. It is a good time to start something new. This rune refers to a daily cycle in contrast to longer, gentler time periods like Yura's year cycle. It speaks of balancing opposite forces such as light and dark, mental and emotional, masculine and feminine, and doubt and certainty. The key words here are breakthrough, awakening, enlightenment, balance point, and transformation. And then Hagelas. I know that energy all too well. It's like the tower in the tarot. Upheaval. Dramatic change. Hagelas. The Scorpion. 18. The Scorpion is not soft or gentle. She is, however, vital to the natural balance of life. Without her sharp sting to clear the weak, stagnant, and diseased, life would never be able to grow back stronger and renew. Hagelas is a freezing storm, but its hell and ice will melt, becoming water to nourish new growth. The first rune of the second et, it represents the beginning of a testing time. Only by weathering the storm will you develop and grow. Also called the mother rune, it can be a destructive force of nature. The storm, out of your control, can feel painful and unfair. But this disruption or unwelcome change will bring positive transformation and long-term gain. The key words here are disruption, endings and beginnings, transformation, radical change, and completion. Well, whenever you're really falling in love, when you're having a true love experience, there's going to be upheaval and transformation. And that's not always, it's usually not sunshine and lollipops. It's not a cakewalk when you truly fall for someone and you open yourself up and become vulnerable. I've fallen in love numerous times. And it's never a cakewalk, I'll just say that. But ultimately, I see you being in a really good, healthy place in 2026. Again, this could be the love of a lifetime. So, looking at the stove clock, it's 10:23, that's 6, Venus. Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio in the 4th house. Now, if you have that, 4th house is the house of Cancer. If you have that placement in your natal chart, you're definitely psychic. Psychic, perceptive, intuitive. You're always getting downloads. You have a spirit team that is really protecting you. You're favored by your spirit guides. I don't usually talk like that, but that's what I'm getting. One is Leo, 2 is Cancer, 6 is Venus, 7 is Pisces, 8 is Capricorn. I feel like a lot of you who are watching this right now in September 2025, you could really be going through it. You're being tested and you feel defeated and you feel tired. You're going to be renewed in 2026. So just do what you can these last few months of 2025. 2025 has been an exceptionally long year. But for the collective, I've been saying this for a while, I see a surge of energy and just blinding beautiful light in 2026. I see a lot of people just waking up and feeling better. It's like you're waking up from a deep sleep and you had a lot of nightmares. So the song I'm hearing is Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Josie's on a vacation far away. I just want to use your love tonight. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around, talk it over. So many things that I want to say. Okay. California, Canada. Cujo, that dog created by Stephen King, the killer dog Cujo. Somewhere across the sea, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. I'm seeing San Jose, the town in California. I'm seeing Susan, Suzanne, Alan, Ellen. Some of you may be in the military. Okay. I'll stop there. That's what I see for 4. I hope that helps. And that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.